Have you ever been victimized by New Age spirituality?
We've been waiting for you. We've been waiting.
You're gonna want to listen up.
I'm Megan, an intuitive life coach and Reiki master.
I'm Ryan, a professional astrologer, and we want to show you what spirituality is by talking about what it is not.
Con artist.
Yes.
Snake oil salesman.
There are so many susceptible people out there.
And then they're tainted. They're ruined. They don't want to come back to spirituality.
We still have a lot to learn, and we will humble ourselves and learn, I think, every freaking day. This is Clairanoyance,
a podcast of spiritual interference.
Another week.
Another week. Another dollar.
I was going to be like, another week, another fussy ass Ryan. I'm like, so just like.
It's funny you say that because I feel like listening back to some of the, like, I'm like, God, I sound fussy or grumpy or sad, but I'm like, but I am, and then I'm like, well, like this is the real deal. But I think we're able to put a positive spin on it to a degree, but you got to feel it to heal it. What do you want? What do you want from us?
What do you want from me? Do you remember that song? Terrible. Adam fucking Lambert.
Oh my God.
Ew. I was with my little brother at a friend's birthday.
What's up, Leo?
Yeah, what's up, Leo? And he literally was just like, I love Megan. Like, she's so funny. How can she be in such a bad mood, but be so fun about it? Like, he's like, I want to like fly out and do one of her events just to see what it would be like.
Okay, come on, baby.
So, as fussy as you might be, you do it with levity.
Well, good, because I was like, God, I don't want people to tune in and be like, oh, look at these two. I don't think you've been grumpy or like, but I think we're our own worst critics.
True.
But that brings me, the people that we're about to talk about, I think they need to be their own worst critics and they need to have some critical thinking. So let's talk about conspiracies, theories, because we got two dates that are popping off on the interwebs. So you just informed me about the first one, but I have heard about October 4th. But this new event that's going to be, by the time everyone listens, it will have already, in 2 days, it'll already have passed. Yeah. But if you hear a clap,
it's yes.
Fill the people in on
what
nonsense is circulating on the TikTok.
Basically, this guy on TikTok, Jesus, what's his?
Don't say his name. We don't need to say we don't want to give this person any more clout.
Okay, well, I won't give the guy's name then. Yeah, because he's a conspiracy theorist. He's a fucking New Age quack. And basically, he was talking about. This came out a while ago. I think I'm going to, like, if I can, post a video combating him today. Like, I just want to fucking like ream into him. I'm not kidding. Yeah, like something like I just want to like rip him a new one because he's fucking stupid. Okay. So this guy's like, September 23rd, like he got like a download or some shit. What is a download, by the way? Like, I mean, I know what it is, but like, what? Think of that word and how new that must be in our lexicon. Like, technology created the word download. What the fuck did they call it before then? What were you getting before a download? A channeled message? I kind of doubt that. I feel like nobody was saying, what was anybody saying before they were like, I got a download? Like this stuff is so new and weird.
Probably I got a message.
I got a message
from the divine.
Or like I had a prophetic dream.
But also people weren't, it just became a recent phenomenon where people were able to speak freely. Even when I first got into energy healing 12 years ago, it was still, you didn't necessarily, I mean, I talked about it, but you didn't talk about it as freely. And now people are like, oh, I've been communicating with, no, you haven't. Well, maybe you have, but not this guy.
And I think a lot of people are just actually getting like messages from their intuition. But I also think a lot of people are like struggling to define their intuition, like to really know what that is.
Or your ego, or it's just like, oh, this sounds good. And so I'm going to post it because this is going to get me some views and this is going to get me some attention so I can be mommy's good little boy.
Exactly. The way that like an intuitive hit might be like one tiny little thing, and then that ego can just spin it into this whole story, and you're like, that sounds good. That'll do well on TikTok. Like, what the fuck? This is so weird. Okay, so September 23rd, apparently this guy believes an asteroid or a comet or whatever he said is gonna hit the sun, and it's gonna create this big solar flare. The sun, the fucking sun,
the thing that keeps us alive.
As if comets and asteroids won't burn the fuck up before hitting the sun. Okay, there are many scientific problems with what he has said. Like, it's just wrong if you were to fucking look it up. So it's gonna come hit the sun, and there's gonna be this big solar flare, and this solar flare is gonna like create. It's not a normal solar flare. It's gonna create a thunderclap that will be heard by everyone, and it's going to stop time for 15 minutes, and not everybody is going to. Everybody will hear the thunderclap, but not everybody will. But not everybody will stop for these 15 minutes. When time stops for 15 minutes, not everybody's going to get the messages. He said certain people are going to be getting downloads and messages during that 15 minutes when time stops. That won't happen for everybody, but everybody will hear the thunderclap, and the thunderclap is going to happen just after midnight. Okay? So I already got a million problems.
What time zone? What time zone? Eastern? What time zone, bro?
Dude, thank you. I'm like thinking about like live streaming for 24 hours straight and just being like, what is this, like New Year's Eve? Then, like, is it a rolling thunderclap every midnight? Like, we're just gonna like ball drop moment? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean after midnight, dumbass?
What if there are so many quackadoos right now that are just like speaking this nonsense on the interwebs?
There are. This guy has like, I don't know how many views, but as I just checked it, it's got like 150,000 likes, which probably means it's in the millions of views right now. And the comments are littered with people being like, I have goosebumps. You're right. You're on to something. I totally feel this is happening too. Like, people are serious about
this. These are flat earthers. This is why midnight is a universal time for flat earthers, because they probably think that because the earth is flat, same time zone. Makes sense to me.
Totally. What the fuck, man? I mean, no, and there in some of the comments there are a few people who are like, we hear this every fucking year. We hear this like all the damn time. Like, you say this shit all the fucking time. You whatever. So time's gonna stop, okay, for 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. What sense does that make? Mm-hmm. If time stops, how does a 15-minute increment then exist? If time stops, how do you measure the time without time? What do you mean?
Your mommy's special little boy who gets a nice, I mean, like, all of this screams, I'm not well. Or, you know, no, clearly, or if you truly believe this.
And of course, he's like a white, probably straight man, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you believe, or you're garner, you know, votes and power and attention, all stemming back to you didn't get it, you know, you weren't mommy's special little boy growing up. That is the root of all of this.
I'm just like, what kind of like privileged ass life have you lived that this is the fantasy land world where you get to make up problems now? Like, you get to now develop your own imaginary fucking problems. Like, none of this exists. Like, Jesus.
That's so true. You have such a easy life that you got to go make up not only problems just in your immediate life. You got to create worldwide problems, as if the world and universe doesn't have enough problems right now. I'm glad we didn't say his name. I don't want to give this nerd any more, or any nerds like that.
Although I will be giving him attention. I'm going to try and make this video like combating him, which will show his damn face on my TikTok. But I'm not going to properly stitch him for a couple of reasons. I'm going to like just pull little clips and then combat each point.
Perfect.
But like, also, can we just talk about this thunderclap? First of all, love that word. But like, the thunderclap that will be heard by everyone. Everybody will hear the thunderclap, according to him.
What if you're deaf?
Well, true. Okay, there's that. But also, sound does not travel in the vacuum of space. It doesn't. So there will be no thunderclap, sir. This is scientifically false. We cannot.
We're going, we don't need roads. He doesn't need common sense or logic. He doesn't need any of this. Okay. He got a download, Ryan. Okay. Hello. He got a download.
I am literally fucking so livid at these people. They make me so mad.
He lives in a magical land that, we're not privy to. And you remember when Q was big and all
Yes.
that QAnon nonsense? Yeah. I mean, and so it'd be like, oh, it's coming. There was always an excuse as to why Q didn't do what he needed to do. And everyone, I was quite frankly, we'll do it. We have an episode planned on conspiracy theories, but like very intelligent people that I know fully bought into that. But I'm still puzzled. And then all of a sudden they just stopped talking about it. And I have privately been like, hey, do you still believe? Like, what's going on with your dog Q? Now this has been 3 years. No one will answer me. It's okay to be like, hey, I fucked up. I goofed. I fell for something. I got on board. My emotions and fears were triggered and I went on a ride. It's okay to say that, guys. And here's the thing. The thing that screws everybody up is there is some conspiracy theories in the past were true.
Yeah.
Did come to, so
everything is a theory, like until proven, right?
I used to be a really big conspiracy theorist back in the probably in 2012, like big time.
It's hard to define this stuff. And again, I don't want to go too rabbit holey right now in this because we'll do a whole conspiracy theory episode. But I still would, in many ways, identify myself as a conspiracy theorist, but only in the sense that I'm open to these bizarre, wonky ideas. However, my brain also knows when something seems
you have critical
fishy.
Thinking.
Yeah,
you have critical thinking, and you're able to take your emotions out of the analysis of the information that is being presented to you. So that is why, and that is what is lacking.
Oh my God.
With so many people. You talk to any teacher, you talk to any professor, you talk to any person who's in charge of anyone, and the lack of critical thinking is alarming. And Gen Z baby boos, I am talking to you.
Do you see this redness? I feel like I'm getting so heated I'm red. What is this, Megan? What is this? What is that? I'm getting a rash on my neck right now. I'm so fucking pissed.
Maybe you need, I just got my lips done, so maybe you needed to match my bruising. I have heard of, I did see on TikTok October 4th or 3rd or whatever the hell. And that's where there's the broadcast is going to come on our phones
system.
And if you got the vaccine, it's going to activate something. I've seen a few things. It's going to activate something within you. I guess turn into a robot. I'm not sure. And then the other one was that it's going to, the frequencies from our phones are going to hypnotize us or brainwash us or something. And you should probably either turn your phone off, which doesn't make sense. Leave your phone in the car or put it in the microwave. So there you go. You don't think that the U.S. government is not brainwashing you at we're not getting brainwashed at every single drop everywhere we go anyway, my guys?
Yeah, come on. They're doing it plenty of other very effective fucking ways. This is not one of them. Jesus.
Also, if we're wrong about this, if all of a sudden we hear a thunderclap at noon, or if everyone who's gotten the vaccine turns into a zombie on October 4th, I'm the first one to say, hey, I got it wrong. But I don't think that's the case here.
Yeah, no, we'll have an episode titled "We're So Sorry."
We were wrong.
It'll be our public apology.
I was wrong. I'm so sorry.
I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm trying to like do my best to talk to as many flat earthers as I can right now and gain their perspective.
Have you found some? Where are they?
TikTok.
No one will admit to me.
Oh no, there
Okay.
I see
Okay,
there's
good.
this guy I follow on TikTok whose like job is to do debates. So he puts up like these like saucy topics, but they're not like saucy to a person with fucking critical thinking skills. Like he'll be like, tell me why being gay
Mhm.
is immoral. And then all these dumbasses come on and try and fight him about why being gay is immoral, you know? But so he'll do like the flat earth conversation from time to time and people come on there. Good God.
I know, but I want to meet one. Like, I want to meet someone like in real life. Like, I've been on Facebook occasionally. I'll put on my Instagram, like, do I know any flat earthers? I think that they probably, yeah, I'll be respectful, but like, I'm not even going to try and debate you that because that on the facts that the earth is round. But like, I want to know. Same thing. What about the moon? Do you think that we landed on the moon?
So
So
that's
many,
one of
I'm surprised. That's an
no that
interesting one. I can see
that's
that one.
it's one of the ones that I'm like, I wouldn't be shocked if we didn't. You know, I wouldn't be shocked if we didn't. That's all. I don't have like a
Yeah,
opinion about it in a way that shapes my daily way of life. You know, like I don't care.
I can see it too. I also don't care. I'm like, okay, like it makes sense. We were fighting with Russia. We were fighting with China. We had to get there first. Like, haha,
Hmm.
like I'm gonna piss all over this. I claim dominance. I mean,
Hmm. It
very
is
cancer
weird that we
move.
haven't been back if we did land. Like, you know, like I get it. I understand that one is a little bit more of a feasible one to see why people would think we
Mhm.
didn't land on the moon. But they're whatever this emergency broadcast system, I don't know, dude. Like look, I will the only thing I can kind of like rationalize with this that would be an issue is like, yeah, I don't know, there are scientific studies about like I don't know, like the effects of technology on us, right? Like we literally know this, like if you're sleeping next to a computer or something, you're supposed to turn that computer off because it actually does affect the amount of sleep that you're going to be able to get. They're like having like
Mhm.
electricity that close to you or something. um
Yeah.
but so like who's to say, I don't know, what will there be some sort of weird effect of for 30 minutes blasting all of our phones like all at the same time? I don't fucking
Yeah.
know. I don't know. But what I do
Yeah.
know is this happened in the United Kingdom earlier this year. And guess what happened? Fucking nothing. Everybody's fine. Everybody's fucking fine. Okay. It's all good. So don't know what to tell you.
Everyone, chill your tits. All right. Put your nips in some ice. Let's relax.
I know this chick I saw on TikTok is apparently an astrologer, although she calls herself an intuitive astrologer, which what the fuck does that mean?
She's like, oh, this sounds good. I'm gonna do this.
The title of her video, though, is literally the craziest astrology chart I've ever seen with a fuck ton of exclamation points after it. And she literally talks about this. And then, like, I watched her whole video, I watched her go into the chart. I was like, what's shocking to you about this? I have no idea. Like, I wanted to comment
Like,
so bad. I'm really refraining from commenting like on things like this that rile me the fuck up. I'm trying to not react out of emotional spaces. Um, but
mm.
I really wanted to comment back and be like, what the fuck do you mean that this is the craziest chart you've ever seen? Did you see that chart for COVID? What are you talking about? I can think of numerous charts that are crazier than the one on October 4th for the emergency broadcast system.
Yeah, like that's clickbait. If you're worried about it, put your phone in the microwave. I don't know what that would have done, but that made me laugh. I was like, all right, put your phone in the microwave or in your car. But also, even if you put your phone away, if you're in an office, if you're around people like on October 4th at noon or whatever the hell it's supposed to go off, how is that supposed to how is that supposed to do anything?
No, exactly. Well, and I need to make sure I'm not like booked during that time because how annoying would it be to be doing a reading and then both of our phones are like,
Oh,
um,
that's so true.
my God, for like 30 minutes. I need to like block that time off. The one thing I will say about this that I think is an incredibly valid point, and worth your fucking concern is if you, for whatever reason, have a hidden phone in your home that you might need to use for emergencies in
Oh,
case something bad ever happens, you need to turn that phone off so that people
oh,
who
that's
aren't
such a
supposed to
good
know
idea.
that you have a burner phone cannot find that phone does not secretly go off, and then they're like, what the fuck is that? So protect yourself.
Yeah, that's so valid.
That's a very valid point. Like that's the fucking thing to be worried about with this. Okay, so with all of this lack of critical thinking skills, that so many people are just so unabashedly displaying these days, I also want to talk about this. What about me effect?
Yeah, which I just heard. I it's a fancy way to repackage an old problem, a reoccurring problem. But I do like this. What about me? That's how you have to.
Yes.
That's
That's
how
literally how I hear it in my head. It's totally how I hear it in my head.
What about me? That's
Yeah.
what about you?
Yeah. So there are these people on TikTok that have been kind of talking about this. And of course, we're just like sitting here talking about TikTok stuff. But
Yeah, I was about to say, but you can zoom out and it's applicable to everything.
yeah, we're experiencing this. Teachers are experiencing this. Like, okay. So, and I'm sorry, Gen Z. And also, honestly, kind of like I've seen a couple people talk about Gen Alpha. It's just they're still so young. Um, but it's like the what about me effect is, you know, if somebody's like sharing a personal story, the first example that was used in the video, like the original video that kind of started this chick was like, I saw this woman making a bean soup, and it was like a bean soup for PMS or something, like calm your cramps or something like that. And she was like, and it's got all these beans in it, and whatever. And then you go look at the comments, and people are like, but what if I don't like beans? But what if like
Then
is
don't.
there a substitute for the beans? Can we use something else? Like what's the recipe? And it's like it's all here. Like, and if you don't like beans, then don't maybe don't watch the bean soup video, weirdo. Like maybe look up something else
Or
for your
go look
cramps.
up. Yes, it's called Google. In your hand, you have a device that can connect you to all information in the world. I mean, what our phones have more technology than what powered the first landing, air quotes, on the moon, the first spaceship going into space. Y'all, use it. If you don't like fucking beans, then don't make the fucking soup. Take some Advil and call it a
Literally,
day.
it's that fucking simple. I saw this other person post basically like just kind of like go bouncing off of that. And I mean, she was just saying, like, she'll talk about books and resources, and she's like a big like activist. And so she's constantly
Mhm.
sharing information and resources and like books that she's reading. And she's like, I'll literally explain a book I'm reading. Here's the title and here's what I'm learning about it. And then these comments are like, what's the book about? Where can I get the book? Like, do you have a reading list recommendation for me? And she's just like, go fucking Google. Go look up the book. And I'm talking about what it's about. What do you mean? What am I like? Why? Because it's these comments and these people that basically they will take something that is loosely, if even, about them, loosely relates or loosely of interest to them, and take whatever opportunity they can to say, well, what about me? Let me put in me into this conversation when you were no part of it at all, and like try and fit it for yourself
Mhm.
because everybody's so fucking starved for attention. But also, people literally lack, like, well, there's a laziness going on here, but like lack this ability to like literally like use technology and
You
like
had to do reports like on something, and you had to go. Your parents, you hoped, had bought an encyclopedia, and you had to go. I mean, the library, you had the Dewey Decimal System. Like you had to physically go find information in a book, and then cite that. And oh my god, it's not about you. What about me? Not everything's about you. Not everything that you read on the internet. If I see something for testicular awareness, I'm not going to be like, well, what about me? Where's the cream for my balls? Like, where?
they'd rather just like leave a comment asking like the original creator who's giving you all this information. they'd rather just leave a comment asking for more information, asking that creator to go do some research and then reply to that comment. And like, it's just like, rather than leave the app just so they can stay on the app and keep fucking scrolling and find more videos that they can make about them. Like, that's all it is. It's like, if you're interested in this book, go fucking exit the app and open Google and go look up this shit or whatever it is. But like, I deal with this in astrology constantly. Like, I will make a video about like, you know, three facts about Aries, and people like just be like, well, what if I have like my Mercury and like people just like make it about them like constantly. And it's like, and it's so specific. They expect like the creator's information to be hyper specific and individualized
for you,
right? But that's not what it is. That's not what this is.
That you Bobby in Oklahoma 23, you know, that I'm talking directly to you. No,
it's like I'm giving you more generalized information so you can fit it for yourself. And if you want to find a way to better fit it for yourself, go fucking find your own way, because it's your goddamn life. Like, you go look it up. Don't ask this creator to like fucking spoon feed you some shit. Like, I get this all the damn time too. I really do.
When I went viral for the sea salt flush cleanse, they're like, well, where do I get salt? I'm like, what do you mean?
What water do you use?
Now I replied every single one of those comments, because as soon as it started going viral, that's what you have to, you know, you got to satisfy the algorithm gods. But I'm like, what if I don't poop? I'm not a doctor, okay? Like, if you drink this concoction, you are not, you know, on the throne. We got problems. You need something more serious than sea salt.
Like, sir, honestly, you're sharing something that has worked for you. You are sharing something that has worked for you. That does not mean it's directly applicable to every fucking human that has ever lived. Like, this is the problem. I think this is like really fascinating, because when I first saw this, like, what it made me think of was the North Node in Aries and South Node in Libra. Like, I feel like this is a very big thing. The original creator who did this, like, her big point was talking about this hyper individuation. And I was like, I've been saying that like this whole time about the North Node in Aries. I'm like, it is this hyper individuated, like, coming into a sense of self. And it's like, great, learn about yourself. But like, we're releasing or losing this ability to
learn about yourself, but we all have to connect to one another. We are human beings. You are not meant to be a socially isolating creature. That's how you turn into a psychopath who goes and does terrible things to other people. Hello.
And even when you're not socially isolating, look at the level of relating that you're capable of right now. Like, all you're doing is commenting, what about me? Well, how does this apply to me though? Blah, blah, blah. Like, but like, you know, it's like, that's not conversation. This is not like you listening.
So I'm playing devil's advocate here. You know, you're on your phone, you're seeing this video, you know, like, and maybe it tricks your brain, especially if you're younger, where it's just like, oh, this is about me, because this is my algorithm. So this is what the videos that I've chosen to see. I don't know though. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. People love to say like, you curate your For You page. Like, the algorithm knows what you like. No, it fucking doesn't. If it did, I wouldn't be getting all the goddamn dance videos that I get. I don't give a fuck to watch someone dancing. I scroll right past them every time. I've never engaged. Like, done with that. So like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I got plenty of shit on my For You page that has nothing to do with me.
I also think as you get older, you know, like when you're so young, you think that you think everything's about you, you know? And so I do remember, like, I look back at like my Facebook post from when I was like 22, 23, and it's just like, God, could I even talk properly? What was I doing? I found a video of when I was a party, or when I was an array promoter, and I was like, Jesus. I'll listen back to our podcast and be like, man, I need to work on X, Y, and Z as far as speaking. And then I see videos of me when I was 20, and I was like, what was I just learning to be a human? What was I even thinking? So but I will tell you, you're the first person who told me that Gen Z called them Zoomers, and now I can't unsee that. I can't unhear it. And when I hear them go into town, I'm like, oh, this is not going to age well.
No, they're all going to regret so much. Oh my God. Like
Oh,
it's
God.
they're gonna we obviously everybody regrets stuff as they get older, and they're like, why did I do that? Why was I that way? Jesus, Gen Z is really making that like a very blueprinted experience now. Like that is so heavily documented.
I'll tell you, I'm so glad that the internet really got kicking as far as like sharing your personal life when I was in my mid 20s because whew, that's
Dude. Oh, no, no, no. I remember having like pictures of me with red Solo cups in high school on my Twitter. And I went through and like deleted everything and deleted my whole Twitter even. Because I was like terrified of like a red Solo cup. Can you imagine now? Like I should have just left my Twitter up because that's nothing compared to the shit people are posting these days. Like everybody else has so many more reasons to be embarrassed. Um, I think really the other issue is like that it's been confirmed that Gen Z is officially the least tech savvy generation, which is funny because you wouldn't think that on the
that
surface.
is fascinating. That's mind blowing to me. How when you I mean it makes sense when you deconstruct it, but you were raised with a cell phone in your hand. Like that's how you were soothed. Like you're the first generation to from the minute you popped out of your mama's hoo-ha to you were technology was your bestie. So how are you illiterate? How are you not able? How?
It's because they don't know how to troubleshoot technology. They don't know how to work it. They know how to live in it and exist in it. But when it breaks down, what do
Mm.
they like say their computer breaks down? What do they do then? Get on their phone and try and figure out
Call
what's wrong with
911.
my computer.
All that time we had to restart our router. You remember how annoying that used to be?
That's
That
exactly it. No, they don't have this
yeah.
troubleshooting. So they're the first generation to have secondary technologies that help them when their first technology like is breaking. They don't know how to fix anything. Their classes, like sure, they're learning coding, right? Cool. Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
We had like literal like computer science labs where we learned the ins and outs of fucking computers, like what all of
Yeah.
everything on a goddamn computer system even is. Like so we have these like
Yeah.
other skills that will actually like help us in the event of a technological breakdown. Gen Z does not. So I think that's also part of it is just like their culture with technology is so
I can't wait
different.
till
And
they get the stick out of their butt and they realize that we're all allies.
I I don't think it's gonna happen until Gen Alpha starts coming of age a little more.
Oh, Gen Alpha, they nicknamed them the honey badgers because they are, I mean, like, I saw a video of a girl with her little floaties, and she had a BB gun and she was literally picking everything off. She'd just gotten off the pool, got her BB gun, and her aim was impeccable. So, yeah, I didn't see Gen Z, I didn't see y'all growing up with your floaties and your BB gun picking up.
Isn't it also really funny how like Gen Z thinks that they're like saving the world right now. And there are like also older generations who are like, my Gen Z kids are gonna save the world, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what are you doing? Because if you haven't noticed, it's getting worse. Like we're getting worse. America and Americans are looking real bad right now internationally. And do you know what, Gen Z? You were born with Pluto and Sagittarius. Sagittarius is like the international explorer. So why are we falling on the global stage? If you're doing so well, Gen Z, if you're doing so much to help us,
Also, how are you traveling the world stage, Gen Z, when you're still living in your mama's basement? Which, no offense, because I know this economy, but at the same time, if you're the world traveler and you're saving the world, then you need to get to Timbuktu and see what the fuck is up instead of just watching it through your screen. Get out there and have some lived experiences, babies.
exactly. And it's the self righteousness, the dogma of Sagittarius, the inability to admit mistake that Sagittarius has. Oh,
Ooh.
God. It's like, I'm sorry, Gen Z is cool because they're going to definitely have that explorer mentality of experimentation and they're going to be trying new
Mm-hmm.
things. But the fact of the matter is that the vast majority of what y'all try is not going to stick. It's not going to change shit. And you're going to fall on your goddamn face while you're trying to figure out what are we doing here? Like, and that's it. And we're doing our job as millennials of calling this shit out right now. That is our job, is to raise awareness of the fact that these issues exist. That is it. We are raising voice to it. That is our job. I'm sorry. Yeah, it'd be amazing to be a change maker. I mean, like ideally we're making change, right? But our generational job literally is to call out all this bullshit. Gen Z is supposed to go like explore and search and whatever, but y'all are gonna fucking fall on your faces so many times. You need to admit when something didn't work instead of like
Well, that's
dogmatically
okay
pretend it
too.
did.
Yeah.
It's totally fine. Gen Alpha is the one that's gonna actually start building.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And it's going to be because Gen Z explored, you know, like there will be solutions that
Yeah.
emerge because Gen Z had the explorer mindset, but it's going to be Gen Alpha that's actually going to be able to do anything about it. Like, look at Gen Z is now really coming of age, you know, like they're trying to say we're
Yeah.
changing the world, we're the youth, we're the blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you're getting old now. You're getting old too. Like, what are you doing?
I truly was exploring in my early 20s. Like at 21, my best friend and I moved to New Zealand. I was like, I bought a one-way, so I remember thinking that I knew everything, but which I think is just youth, where
Yeah,
you're just like, I'm
everybody
a
does
genius.
for sure. For sure.
Yeah. So it's like, what qualities are these of the youth? And then what qualities are these of, like, and is entitlement an equality of youth?
A bit, but it's definitely like to the nth degree with Gen Z. It really fucking is. These kids are like nuts. Have you seen the chick who's gone viral? I don't want to deep dive into this, but the chick who went viral for misidentifying a South African black woman, like she's going like crazy viral right now, and like all of South Africa
Yeah.
is hating her. So she's this black American who there's this pop star named Tyla. I believe that's her
Uh-huh.
name. I've never heard of this pop star before, but she's like crossing into America and like got signed to an American record label. So this
Cool.
person, I don't remember her name, who's she's a Congolese American woman though, but she's in America. She covers like celebrities. So she was talking about Tyla and how Tyla is identifying as colored. And so she's just like and like ripping into her people who are leaving her comments saying no, Tyla is colored, she's not black, like that's how they identify in South Africa. And this chick's like, you know how like stupid you sound right now, like this is like American history, American history, American history is basically her like thing. And she's like, yeah, and she's like a black woman here, right? And
Yeah.
the whole fucking country of South Africa is coming at her on TikTok right now because they're like, why, like she's erasing their culture basically, and like it is
Yeah.
colored is an actual ethnicity there. So like they're like, why like this isn't America.
You know what would have solved this is a quick Google search.
Yes, yes.
So that's wild because you don't hear. I mean, and I don't want to say this offensive, but this black woman took her American lens, applied it to a worldwide stage, which is such an American thing to do, which is like, oh, that's a tough lesson.
And that's what I'm saying. Like we're really obviously it's America's Pluto return, which we're still in until the end of 2024. So we're like falling on the worldwide stage, like regimes fall. No wonder the Roman Empire bullshit is coming now. That was a Pluto return when Roman Empire fell. So we're
Oh,
falling.
I didn't even think about that. And also, though, I don't think all these white dudes in America are thinking about the Roman Empire. I think your girlfriend asked you, and even if you didn't see it on TikTok, you thought it was funny. And then I think there's
Yeah.
a small percentage of people who really do think about the Roman Empire. But I don't think all these dudes, your girlfriend asked you a weird question and you decided to go with it. And for that, I give you applause. But you can't put your underwear away properly. There is no way that you were thinking about the Roman Empire.
The only thing I would ever think of from that is that like there was a lot of astrology at that point in time. And so of course I think about astrology every day, but like I'm not thinking about that. Like I respect history and I don't want like negative things to repeat themselves, but guess what? Rome fell at the Pluto return and we're in our Pluto return. History's repeating itself. It's happening. You know,
Mm-hmm.
those were like two big topics. I feel like the only other thing that I have to say,
Topic number 3.
topic number 3. Um the healers are healing. Like I actually mean this in like a number of ways. I totally also feel like this idea of healing in general can just be its own sub like episode at some point. But um I think there's such a complex, I've felt this for a long time, of like, okay, a quote unquote healer, which I think astrology can be healing. I don't identify myself as a healer though. But I definitely
Mm-hmm.
think that I can heal clients and through astrology, whatever. But these people, clients, I feel like seek out healers who feel like they've just like become healed, like as if you're pristine or something. And I think that this is so wrong because it's conditioning us. Like I feel like I have to get on social media and I can never talk about what's going wrong, because I'm like, well, if I'm talking about
Mhm.
like issues of my life, then I'm cutting myself off from people who would otherwise book with me, because if my life's a mess, why would I be able to fix theirs? Like that's the vibe I get about a lot of healers right now. Where they just feel like there's almost like an inauthenticity and this fake expert syndrome going on, where like we think we've done it all, we've healed it all, and so we're trying to portray that image so that we can quote unquote heal others or help others. And I think that's so unfortunate, because I think, like, I know you and I have talked about this in general before, but I would so much rather pursue someone who's like going through it, who's living
I was
life.
about to say, yeah, I mean, I think it's a human nature to try to pretend to be perfect and to pretend. But when I like, so when I quit drinking, I'm, like I put that out, like I'll share my struggles with, if I'm having a trigger, if I'm having this. And that's when I get the most like, oh, thank God. Thank God for showing that you're a real human. Thank God for vulnerability. Thank God that
Mm-hmm.
that I'm not alone. And so when you're out here pretending that you're perfect or that everything is all right, it it, I, it attracts not the client that I want to work with. I want,
Right.
like, because you're gonna work with me. We are getting into the roots. We are getting into the mud. Like we're gonna fuck your shit up in the best way possible. So if you want perfection, that's not possible, and you're going to be perpetually let down forever
Uh-huh.
if you seek out anyone. So to that, share it. Share what
Yeah.
you're going through.
Like my thing is, we're in this because I feel like no matter what, like I just get all visuals in my head all the time. The visual I have with this whole thing is like everybody's walking through mud. Everyone. It's just some people get stuck. And then like there are some people like us who have found ways to continue walking through the fucking mud, and then we can like turn back and help other people. Like we can do that. It doesn't mean we are out of mud, like we are still going through life and like whatever. But like, I think that the point of hiring someone or seeing someone or whatever isn't that they've found some magical cure. It's that they are literally like more adept at finding ways through difficult situations, right? Like that to me is what healing is. There's no heal, duh. Like it's healing. And I think it's skill sets. We have tools. We've studied and learned many things that other people maybe just don't have the time for, right? It's not their calling to do this. Like I think
Mhm.
that's what healing is in my mind. And I'm like, what really triggered this for me is that this word healing has honestly, I think, taken on such a negative connotation lately, which is weird because it's like the word healing inherently should be a positive thing, right? But you see, like on TikTok, I keep seeing people talking about different healing processes or whatever, comment after comment after comment after comment. Like, people are just like, I'm tired. When do I get to stop healing? I'm done healing. Like I've seen relationship shit where it's like when you have a breakup, now you're healing from that breakup and you're single, but then like once you're good single, don't think that you're just going to get into a relationship as a healed person, because that new relationship is going to show you more aspects of yourself that need healing or need work or whatever, right? So we're using this word healing kind of like almost like exaggerated in a big way. So people are starting to hate the word healing because it implies work, and people are tired of doing work on themselves. And I'm like, how do we flip this? Because it shouldn't be that. There's so much gratification to be had by becoming a better fucking person.
It reminds me of when like toxins and toxic.
Ugh.
It's similar. People just overuse that. Listen, your life is meant to be hell and also heaven. It's meant to be fun. It's meant to be it is challenging, but the challenge, so to speak, is to enjoy the process. When things
Mhm.
are going well for you, and if you don't feel like diving into a to another self-help book, or you don't feel like working on that inner child wound, then don't. Go to the beach. Go to the water park. Don't enjoy the moment. Life is going to crack. Like, whether you like it or not, you don't necessarily have to seek out pain and challenges, because life is going to deliver those to your front door, period. So, there's a saying that you can either do hard things to have an easier life, or you can choose the easy path and have a hard life. But either way, you're going to have difficult experiences. If you're constantly, it's like going to school. If you're constantly going to school, it's not, you hate it. And then so you're going to hate your existence? No. Enjoy it. Enjoy that you are perfectly fucked up, that you are the most magically fucked up individual that ever lived, and everyone else is as well. And then you're going to have a nice time. I mean, like, even as I'm going through this unpleasant, this sad girl summer, I'm still having a nice time because I'm enjoying myself. Like, it's just my theory on it.
Yes. And I feel like there's so much in life that sucks, right? So much going on. And it's like, there's a lot of that you cannot control, systemic things, whatever. These are things you can control. Like, we're all feeling so fucking out of control and like so fucked up and whatever. But the quote unquote healing, the self-work is literally in your control. If you want to feel empowered, here you go. Like, this is what you can do to fucking realize that you have power.
I think people become addicted to it, and they also like to talk about it. Well, what are you doing? Well, what are you doing? Well, what are you? So relax. Go to the beach. Go have fun.
Yeah, those things are healing.
Exactly. Fun, laughter is healing. And I love to work. I love what I do. But there were a few times this summer where I was on like a 10 to 12 day stretch of just like grinding and not seeing my friends and not being a freaking weirdo. And I was like, I'm gonna now the things that I'm passionate about, work and helping others be the best versions of themselves, are irritating me. I need to go. You can't make everything so serious, such a project. But then there are the people who completely avoid this work. So it's the weird juxtaposition, per usual. How many times do I say that word? I say it, juxtaposition, every single podcast, because that's what spirituality is.
Yeah, it's contradictory, like, in many ways. Like, these are important things to be looking at. Yeah, I don't know. I just think that there's nothing else that you can control right now except for you. And so if you want to give up on you, then you fucking go for it.
Or it's like, I've healed too much. I don't like anyone. That's not healing. That's not healing. That means that you've taken these concepts, you mentalize them, which isn't even a word, but you've mentalized them. You haven't actually applied them. And because true healing and true being is connect. We're here to connect with one another. That's the whole purpose why our souls are here. The end is to connect and share love and joy and sadness, and to have a ripe emotional experience. Your heart should be freaking covered with scars, battle wounds, because that means you did some things. If your heart comes in pristine and clean, you come back to earth. You go back to earth, immediate. Send you back.
Yeah. And there are those moments of like pure bliss and solace and just like, peace, for sure, and enjoy those. Those are healing. But when there's friction between you and someone else, do not think that you've done enough healing, because you clearly have not. There's an issue there that needs to be looked at. Like, there's something going wrong, rubbing against you. There's resistance between you and life. Acknowledge it. Like, there's nothing but empowerment to come on the other side of that. Like, that's it.
People are so afraid, though. Like, everyone talks a good game.
Well, and everybody just says they're tired. I'm tired of the tired. Get over it.
Dang, I'm tired of here. Everyone's tired. That's not an excuse. I mean, honestly, nothing to me is an excuse to stop the process of working on yourself, but also living your life and enjoying the fruits of these labors. The end. Like, and so thankfully I haven't come across these. And if I do come across someone who is so emphatic about how they've done all the work. I'm like, I would probably stop saying that because you're about to get smacked upside your head by the universe.
I see less of that and more of the people who are like, I want off the merry-go-round. And but then it's like, then what? You know how bored you're gonna get real quick.
Okay, you want to die? You want to die? You don't want to be here? Give me a break. Okay, because that's what that means. You don't get promised an easy life. I'm sorry. Stop thinking that, everybody. Your life, the struggle is where you meet yourself. The struggle is where you meet yourself. That's where you learn the lessons. Good times are a reward for going through and being brave enough to step up to the plate, because good times don't teach shit. Go look at your friend who has had a charmed life. Bless it. But what I mean, get off this. So like, no, it's a privilege to be alive. You know how many people would love to speak this bullshit? I went off the merry-go-round. Life is so hard. You got people who are praying, God, just give me another day so I can spend it with my beautiful wife and my kids or my dog Toby.
Dude, I feel like so much of the hard work that people need to focus on right now is that ability to just like allow fun, allow a day at the beach, allow like any of this goodness, because they're perpetuating the shitty parts of themselves and their lives and complaining and what about meing and October 4th thing.
What
like,
about you?
Yeah.
Listen, everyone take a pause for the cause, drink a water, go to the beach, fucking relax, laugh, tell a joke, give a hug, have some sex, either with yourself or if you're lucky enough that someone else wants to have it with you, great. And like have a donut for me. God, I can't wait. Cannot wait for a donut. But live, laugh, love. Throw away that sign. But
totally.
But this is silly. I mean, do people this shows me that there aren't real problems happening for a lot of people, I think. Because you're making this up. Yeah, the brain's doing what the brain likes to do, which is cause problems.
You're tired. I'm not saying that this is all a Gen Z problem, by the way, far cry. But that is a big thing that I'm saying, and it's just like largely the demo that's on TikTok. But that's it. That's all I got. I just wanted to talk some conspiracy theories. What about me?
What about me? What about you? And if you're on your healing journey, great. But make sure that you are still enjoying your flesh suit.
Yes. And if you hear the thunderclap, someone please let us know.
Gene Simmons comes down from the sky. Thunder. How cool would that be?
Amazing. I can't. Well,
good luck, everybody. Sounds like you're gonna need it to come, and definitely go check out Ryan's TikTok to see how he eviscerates this dude's soul.
I'm gonna try and be as calm as I can. I think I'm just gonna pick some parts of it and just be like, here's why he's incredibly wrong.
You had a rash creeping up your neck. I don't know how calm we're gonna be here.
I really do. What is this coming from? Oh, it's kind of gone away a little bit. I was like, what is this though? That's weird. Okay. Well,
your podcast hosts aren't breaking out into rashes because they care so much about the topics that they speak of. Do they even really care about you? I leave you with that.
Honestly, we're doing this for you. This is for you.
What about me? I'm breaking out in a rash.
But what about me? I know. I was just gonna say that. But what about this is for you? But what about us? What about me?
Are you, dear listener, breaking out into a rash for me? I know. I mean, look at the sacrifice that we go through for all of you. This is, oh my God. Just put me down if I really start ever seriously talking like that. Euthanize me. It's not worth it. I don't want, if I, for some reason, because I don't think I ever will, but I'm just saying right now. And only Ryan can euthanize me because he would do it humanely.
Oh man. Don't. Okay, well. I don't want that.
Give me a donut, a little slice of pizza, pet my head.
Every episode, Megan gives me permission for something that I don't want. Last time it was your boobs. I was like, I don't want them. I know. Now it's that I get to kill you. I don't want that.
I do not. Well, you didn't accept the consensual flashing, so now, you get to euthanize me.
You heard it here first, everybody. This is healing. Okay.
All right. Well, good luck. Godspeed. Love ya. Love ya. We'll be talking to you next week, everybody.
Oh yeah, it'll be October
Oh yeah.
astrology next week.
Astrology report.
I got some good shit for that. That's gonna be a good little dive, a little more philosophical, a little less frazzled.
Yeah. Well, this is the energy though, so get with it.
It is. It really is. Okay.
All right.
Mwah.
Bye.